Hello, friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Talks. And today I'm going to talk about Godrej Properties, what needs to be done at these levels, and how the future looks like for this largest property company here in India. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position to any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about Godrej Properties, a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. Once you do that, help me grow the channel, help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and number of podcasts I put up from time to time. And also, if you can pay $100 upfront, you get 1 year access by paying for 10 months. For detailed market or company talk or number of stocks you're holding in your portfolio, you can email me and we can work things out with a fee. And also, if you cannot pay on Patreon, you can join the YouTube or the WhatsApp membership. Now, the company established in 1990, Godrej Properties provides infrastructure and real estate solutions and services. It claims to be the fastest growing property company here in India in terms of land bank, etc., and the kind of selling that it does or sales. Deals in high-end property construction across India, so elite group property and you can say high market, high price properties. There's strong business fundamentals, and the market cap of the company is around 40,000 crores. In terms of numbers, these are Q4 numbers which were pretty good. Sales went up, so sales came out to be around 1300 crores, which went up by around 320%, not 32%, but 320%. And profit was negative, so a loss of 190 crores has gone into a profit of 260 crores, which is also pretty decent. High interest cost is there, which remains to be a concern for most of the real estate companies, especially in a high, you can say, interest rate environment. There's high promoter and institutional holding with 9% free float, which is a positive. ROE has come back into positive of being around 4%. Margins at 16% look pretty decent. In terms of the performance, so stock has been a drag for investors and hasn't done well. So especially after the post low income group housing flip flop that the company did, it had a very decent fall from 1600 all the way to 1200. Around 1200 1220 it stabilized and now is going up. There's only 9% free float, high institutional and promoter holding, which is a very big positive. But this flip flop that the company did, that they want to get into low income group housing, etc., did not augur well for the company and did not go out well with most of the investors, and the stock was hammered. So right now they are not getting into it. They reversed the decision, and the stock is has stabilized around 1300, but we don't know what lies ahead with what the company has, you can say, in mind going forward. So that is a concern, and that is one reason why the stock hasn't performed that well even in a recovering market. Although it is one of the better property companies listed here in India, and current scenario may hurt numbers even further. So what will happen is, because of high interest rates, and interest rates are set to go up in a week's time or so, I think it's going to have a direct detrimental effect on the numbers of most real estate and infrastructure companies. So Godrej Properties will not be spared either, and you will have a scenario where the numbers will probably drag the stock even further after the June numbers comes out. So reasons for the decline, sector has been under stress for a number of years. Over the last 12 years, 14 years, sector has been under stress. The last big rally was seen during 2004 to 7 bull run that we had. Current scenario has deepened matters with whatever flip-flop that the company did, and with the higher interest rate scenario, things have gotten worse only. And company specific issues, as I have just mentioned, has affected the stock the most. So most you see, although companies like Brigade, Sobha, etc., have fallen from the top, but they were doing reasonably well, whereas something like Godrej Properties was falling relentlessly just before this announcement, and after this announcement it fell 20-30%, although other real estate companies did extremely well during that period. Now everything has fallen, and the reason is that there has been a fundamental shift with respect to interest rates. Now that will be a direct impact on these real estate companies. So investors are looking for safer bets. Sector itself may take more time, at least a year, to regain its mojo, and that is why people are not getting into it. And even if they are getting into the sector, they are not quite getting into a stock like Godrej Properties. There are concerns on executions of projects and funds because of higher interest burdens. I think this is going to affect the industry altogether. Apart from that, there is a lot of raw material cost hike that have taken place over the last 6 months. Things are not the same as it was at the end of 2021. So it has really gotten worse with respect to cement cost, and other raw material prices of, you can say, infrastructure or on making a building. So that has a direct detrimental effect on the real estate business, because everything goes up. Finally the real estate prices will go up so much that people might not be willing to buy into new homes, plus their EMIs will go up. So it's an all round effect that would affect the business altogether. It's a huge headwind, this interest rate hike and the higher raw material cost that we are seeing across the board, not only here in India but abroad as well. In terms of technicals, the stock has fallen a lot. So its high was around 2300, if I'm not wrong. I think 2100 or so, and has fallen from 2100, 2200 all the way to 1200. It was a steep fall. It was a fall of around 45%, including the fall that we saw when the flip flop happened with respect to the stock company specific announcement. But there are strong supports that lie around 1200 levels. Currently the stock is around 1400, 1380. So it has gone up at least 10-15% from the lows that it made recently over the last 1 month or so. But now it seems like there could be some consolidation that could take place in the stock going forward. I think better levels to get in would be around 1300, 1280, 1300 levels. Would be very good levels to get into the stock. It may decline further, so we are seeing a rally, but I believe that next week or in a week or 2 weeks time, by mid June, the stock will decline. So by the time this presentation comes on stream, I think the stock would be in a declining phase. And you could be in a scenario that over the next, you can say, 2 weeks or so, you will see the stock declining further rather than staying at the level where it is. So heavy up move is expected above 1450 levels, and it is looking weak at the moment. With the kind of prices we are seeing, probably you can get into the stock above 1450 rather than buying into the stock right now. So what needs to be done, in my opinion? Avoid if you have not bought into the stock. Hold and keep track of numbers. If you are holding on to the stock, kindly do hold on to it. If there is any good bet in the real estate segment, it is Godrej Properties. Have at least a 3 year view, if not a 5 year view, but have a 3 year view. I think the revival should take place from FY24 onwards. It is a top company in a lagging sector, so that should be something to hold on to if you want to hold on to the stock. So this was my video on Godrej Properties. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you get my video straight away when I post it. Kindly support me on Patreon. Thanks a lot for watching.